done it. My background is gymnastics. I went from Katie, the gymnast. I did 2 worlds, 2 Europeans, as I said, was 5 times British gymnastics champion, to Katie, the business owner. And little did I know that was going to be one big roller coaster. Over the last 20 years, I've had my own premises. I've had amazing staff. I've had really bad staff. I've had to make some really shocking decisions and some amazing decisions. I've had a franchise model. I've had my own premises. I've rented space. I've had systems that have worked. I've had systems that have failed. I've had over 100 primary schools in the London Borough at one time, and nurseries. So we were operating very much nurseries, schools, primary schools, secondary schools, you name it. I've had many things in the business that have been a massive success. And I've also experienced big failure in my business and shutting down premises and having to go from a business this size to really condensing it to a business that can actually work with me, but without me. And that's exactly why the Gold Medal Business Mentorship Program exists today. As a mum of 3, I'm exceptionally passionate about helping you build business and family, but building new businesses that can grow around family, giving you different income streams, and giving you freedom and time. That is one of our biggest missions at Gold Medal Business, is helping you to grow and scale a business that can work with you, but also can absolutely thrive without you. So you're in for a right treat. In the next 60 minutes, we're going to be diving into how to really look at your business from a different lens, how to make it profitable and meaningful for you. So you're not just a worker in your business, you are the true CEO in your business. Can't wait to be with you for the next 60 minutes. Let's get started.
Welcome everybody, and welcome to our profitability masterclass. As I said, it's been an absolute honor being with you today. We are on live. We have, hey Julie, hey Sam, hey Ben, hey Amelia. Lovely to see you. We're live on Zoom, we're on YouTube, we're on Instagram, we're on multiple different platforms, and we're also recording. We've got lots of people that are recording this. We go across 5 different time zones that we've had registered for our masterclass today. So welcome wherever you are. I think, Julie, you're our only one on Zoom. I see your lovely smiley face. Welcome, welcome, welcome. As I said, on YouTube, we have Amelia, we got Billy, we got Sunny, I think that's a Sunny. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So if you see me looking in different directions, that is why, as I try and make sure we're all good. Can everybody hear me okay as well? If you just pop in the comments section, you can hear me, you can see me. I know the sound can go a little bit weird, especially as we're streaming on multiple different platforms. So what would be amazing before we get started today, guys, I would love to know a little bit about you. So let me know, just put in the chat box, what do you do? What is your business? So I can get to see who we've got in the room today. Just say what business. I've got dance, I've got art, I've got science, and also as well, just let me know a little bit about the size of your company would be great. Like how long have you been running? Maybe student numbers would be great, so I can try and serve you as best as I can today and give you as much individual support as possible. Cool. Thank you, Julie. Dance school, fantastic. Sam, rugby, Ben, cricket. Cool. Very nice variation. And then just put one thing in the chat box on what are you wanting to learn today? One thing that you're looking to learn today. Support, not making money, exhausted doing every job. I know the feeling. Okay, cool. Growth, fantastic. Okay, so we're going to be with each other today for around sort of 20-25 minutes. I like to make our masterclass actionable. We're not going to be here for hours on end because I want you to go away with actions that you can obviously actually implement. So if you've been with us for a while, you would have seen, I hope you're following us on Instagram, and I hope you're in our Facebook group, and you'll see the different level of support that we teach on a day-to-day basis. So you may be brand spanking new, shiny, no students at all, or you might be all the way thousands of students ready to franchise. Like, there's a place for you in our community, wherever level you're at. So I've just come off one of our weekly training calls of all people in our mentorship that we teach that are all sort of like probably about 100, 150 students above. Okay, but they all started somewhere. They were all here where you are and have all been coached from where they're at in their journey. Now, it starts, as you heard from my video at the beginning, it starts from making sure you've got the fundamentals in place. I'm not going to teach you anything today that possibly you've not heard before. I'm teaching you fundamentals. I'm teaching you things that are here today and here in 20 years' time. As coaches in Gold Medal, we have the business success we do. I have business success over 20 years in 3 different industries, and my coaches do as well. There's a reason for that. We're not fly-by-nights. And I share that because so often now in the world we live in, it's do this one thing that's going to change your business. And I tell you what, 2 weeks later, it doesn't work anymore. So you've got to learn the fundamentals, the clear things that are going to take you from where you are to where you want to be, but are actually going to work. That if you stay consistent for multiple months and multiple years, you will have a thriving business. So it's not a quick fix in today's world. And as we know, anything that is, it's not going to last in your business. So I love to share that with you because that's the one of the things that I really feel stands out with us at Gold Medal Business, and very much them foundations, that strong core to your business. And they said that is what served me over 20 years in business across 3 different industries, because things have changed so much over that time. So we are choosing today to teach you on building profitability in your business. Now, passionate about this subject because obviously we all want to be profitable in our business, but I want you to always ensure you've got choices. You shouldn't ever have to say no to an opportunity. We have people say to us, I can't afford to be mentored by you. Yes, you can if you choose to show up, and yes, you can if you choose to implement, because everybody spends their money on different things. You will never be able to afford new staff, new equipment, mentorship if your business stays where it is now. You won't. Absolutely will not. You have to move forward. You have to invest to grow. Whether you said, people may say to me, Katie, I can't afford that new team member. And I'm like, you can with the right help and the right support. Otherwise, you will be doing the same job in the next 12 months. So you have to make change. Now, profitability, why we have this as one of our core masterclasses is because your job as the CEO is to be solution driven. You shouldn't ever turn around and go, I can't afford that. Because you are a business owner. You've got to find a solution. You've got to find a way. There's always a way. You've just got to be creative. You've just got to be part of the right communities. And that's what Gold Medal serves. And that's why we do what we do in the marketplace today. You have to be solution driven. Otherwise, if you say no to X, Y, and Z, you will never move forwards. There's been so many opportunities that I've had. I can't afford that next gym. I can't afford that new manager, but I knew that if I don't make it happen, we will be in the same place, and then I won't create other opportunities for other people. Never, it doesn't always feel comfortable, and it never will. But you have to keep, you will say success comes on the skinny branch. If you stay where you are, you're going to get the results that you're getting. Whether or not you're happy with that, but when you're turning up to this masterclass, you're here because you want to learn, and you're here because you want to grow. So key areas when we're going through profitability, and said it's my main mission at Gold Medal to ensure you never have to have that conversation with yourself, because you're being taught how to make more money in your business. So real objective today is I want you to know your real profit. I want you to understand where your profit leaks are. I want you to learn how to increase profit without needing more customers. And then I want you to leave you with knowing that you can actually do this. Yeah. I want you to know that I absolutely can do this. So why profit matters? A little bit of a recap. We know this, but being really, really clear is I want you just to ask yourself these questions. And if it's a no, I don't want you to feel bad, because I probably didn't know these for the first 5 years of business. Numbers and maths was never my strong point. I have a great team now, but I failed miserably at school in maths. Retook it at college and got even worse. I don't know how I did that. But literally, I know business maths now because I had to learn it in real life, but I don't know classroom maths. You ask my daughter, who's 11, I think her maths is definitely better than mine. It definitely is. Okay. So I want you to know, I want you to ask yourself, you don't have to raise your hand, just ask yourself in your head, do you know exactly how much profit you made last month? If it's a no, it doesn't matter. If it's a yes, great. We're all here to learn. Could you tell me your payroll percentage? Do you know your average customer value? Now, by actually knowing these three, you can actually just in one of those start to increase your profit. We did in our community, in our silver mentorship in the month of April, we did a full month on financial planning and learning. All of this was in there. Okay, because it's so critical. You've got to know your numbers. And so if you don't, and you're a new business, do not stress. I teach people who turn over like $1 million+ a year and they still don't know their numbers well enough. Okay, so whatever level, you can always learn and grow. So your key message, revenue is vanity, profit is sanity. I don't care if you turn over $1 million a year. If you're making zero money, doesn't matter. You might as well making 100,000 of profit, but turning over maybe 300,000. Yeah, it's profit is what you're looking at. Cash flow is survival, but lots of children's activity businesses look successful and they look at these three things. Full classes, busy weekends, lots of staff. That was me in the early days. But I was the owner is taking home less than one of their coaches. Now, there's a season for this. So if this is you and you're like, but I'm in a busy growth stage, Katie, and that's okay. Seasons of growth for this. You might have just opened a brand new center, just fully equipped, rebranded, brought on 2 more managers, whatever it looks like. But don't monitor your business just because, oh my God, it's full. God, oh my God, the weekends are booming. I've got so many staff. This is amazing. Oh, great team. But you're like, I'm not actually making any money. Okay. You've got to look strategic. And when you say it out loud like that, guys, it's a bit mad, isn't it? It's a bit crazy, but it's so true. And you're not alone. In other businesses as well, I'm totally here in the early days. I built my business to a level and I stripped it back by about 30 steps back to make 50 forwards because I was like, this was me. It looked great on the outside. You got to know your numbers. Number 2, numbers every owner should know. You need to know monthly revenue, your gross profit, and that is what your delivery costs are. Few examples, know your venue hire, the equipment you're using, knowing your coach cost, your coaches, your teachers cost, instructors, whatever you call them. Know your net profit, what's left after marketing, software, admin, insurance, salaries, rent, and everything else on top. So get crystal clear. One of the first things we do when people come in to our community and we work with them is we work with financials because we can work on so much stuff in the background, but if financials aren't straight, we're starting off on the back foot. You need to get to know that straight away. Know what your profit margins are. Know that what's your profit divided by your revenue. What does that work out to be? Know your industry. So I said, you're here for a reason. We're teaching you the children's activity entrepreneur. A few examples. What are the benchmarks in this industry? So your payroll should be, I say you want to aim for your payroll to be less than 30%. Payroll and venue hire are your biggest expenses in this industry. My payroll at the minute is 36% in my gyms. Not happy about that, but there's a reason. There's a reason because we've just got a new gym. So I know it's high, but it will come down in the next 6 months. But you see, I'm sharing this with you. What did I say at the beginning? You are the CEO. You've got to be solution driven. This business isn't, and you will see at Gold Medal what we teach and why we teach it. I wouldn't just teach you how to get 10 new students through the door. That is not going to serve you. Can easily teach you that in 5 minutes. That's not going to serve you to build the business that's really going to grow with and without you, to give you that time back, to increase your margins, to go on that extra holiday, whatever your goal. We've all got different goals. Okay. But these are the little nitty gritty things that make such a difference. But you are solution driven. You should know. So just what I shared with you, I know why my payroll's high, and that's okay. Because I know why. If I didn't know why, I'd be like, something needs to change. What's going wrong? Because it's too high. But we know that so we can control it. And that's what business is all about. It's about giving you the control to make the choices, to make the right decision. That is what it's all about. Okay, so you've got your payroll, venue hire. Your venue hire, about 15 to 25%. That depends. It's really hard to give a judgment on that, whether you're hiring halls or your own premises. Marketing, about 3 to 8%, give or take, whether you're in growth mode or maintenance mode. Your admin's going to be about 10%, and then your profits should be about 15 to 25%. But as I said, these are varied numbers. If you need personal support on this, Joey, can you just pop my number in the chat box, guys, for me, please? If you need personal support on this, I'm not doing calls at the minute, so I want you just to reach out direct to me on WhatsApp. The reason why, with 3 children, 11, 7, and 3, I tell you what, the amount of sports days, secondary school stuff, primary school stuff, there's not enough time in the day, my friends. So I'm not doing any direct calls at the minute. I'm just saying WhatsApp me directly and I can support you a lot quicker in the next coming weeks as we go into the summer. We'll do calls back in September. But I can advise you just as well on a WhatsApp message as I can do on a call. All right. So Joey, can you just pop my number into our socials, please, and on our Zoom, please? That'd be great. So it's getting clear on your numbers. Next part, knowing your profit leaks. So let's take you back. I just want to make sure we've not lost anyone here. So why this matters in your business. Number one, profit matters. We've gone through why it matters. We've gone through what it looks like for most activity providers, full classes, busy weekends, lots of staff, but it's not, it's about your profit. Number two is understanding your numbers, really getting clear on understanding your numbers so you can make the right decisions in your business. Number three, understanding your biggest profit leaks. Really having a look. How many empty spaces do you have? If you have one, and this is mad, guys, when we think about this. If you have one empty space every class and you have 20 classes over 40 weeks of the year, let's say you don't carry on over holidays, at £10 average a class, you've lost thousands over the course of a year. So look at your utilization and don't think, we're only missing 2 kids. Doesn't matter. Every spot, especially if you've only got a short amount of classes on offer, every spot counts. And when you think like that, you will be very efficient in your numbers. Where we see people really miss the boat is they're just like, it's only a couple of classes. Oh, let's just open a new venue. Let's open another class here. Yeah, it all starts to add up, especially as you scale. You won't feel this as much if you're under 100 students, but you will when you start to scale. Okay, leak 2. So leak 1 is too many empty spaces. Leak 2, underpricing. So many owners have not increased prices for years. I just want you to put a comment in the chat box. When was the last time you increased your prices? I'm not going to judge. Doesn't matter. When did you last increase your prices? I'm seeing 2 years ago, 6 months ago, 1 month ago, a couple of months ago, summer term. Perfect. Okay, if you have not raised your prices in 2 years, you know what you need to do. You should be raising your prices every year. And please raise your prices in accordance to what you need and your business needs rather than what you think you should put it at. That's a big, big mistake. You think, around the corner, they're charging another £6 an hour, so I'm going to do that. Now, it's no alarms in looking at other people and competitors, but your business is different. Your overheads are different. Your needs are different. You might be running this business for a different reason to what that other entrepreneur is. Doesn't matter what they're doing. Yeah, you do what, and I see that so many times people undercut themselves because they don't want to lose kids for the competition. But your business will then not flourish. You're gonna lose money by doing it that way. 100%, you're going to lose money, and then you're then going to find it costs you more money to fix the issue because you're then overpaying your staff. Okay, you have the same issues as they do, but your business is still different. So please remember that. You've got to look at inflation. You've got to look at if minimum wages have changed. Has your rent changed? Has your insurance changed? Everything's always changing. Number 3 on your leaks, leak 3, overstaffing. Do you need 3 coaches or could you do it at 2? Can assistants be used differently? Can you merge any classes? I'm going to give you an example. We do like to work with 4 coaches in my gyms, but with the national living wage that has gone up in London over the last 12 months, and goodness knows other things that have gone up, we don't operate like that anymore. I said, we can't afford to do 4 coaches. Our profit margins are not where they were 12 months ago. So we need to pivot. We're doing 3 coaches. It's in line with 1-to-7 ratio. 4 coaches was a bonus. 3 coaches is what's needed. 1-to-7 ratio. We don't need to work. And yes, we like to have a buffer. We have 4 on a Saturday and Sunday because we actually have 5 on a Saturday and Sunday because the classes are running all day. So you've got to account for lunch breaks and last minute sickness. But in the week, we work at 1-to-3. So that's a change that we've made in the last 12 months. Number 4, poor timetable scheduling, losing money in between sessions. Looking at what classes lose money every week. Okay, really decide and always make sure for your business, you decide for your business on what the business needs, as I've just said, but not on emotion. It's numbers. Look at it from what your business needs from a number standpoint, not from what you think it needs. Leak number 5, discounts such as sibling discounts, friend discounts, staff discounts, grandparent discounts, everything discounted. Don't be alarmed. When you look, again, when you're a small business, you won't feel this. When you're slightly larger, I remember at one point, I was like, why are we missing 2 or 3 grand a month? I could not make end or tail of where this money was going. And I worked out it was the sibling discounts and it was the staff discounts. Now, we still kept a sibling discount, but we reduced it. And we stopped staff discounts unless they were very established with us, because that was making a difference. Again, when we were very small, I couldn't see the discounts going out, quite honestly, but I could see when I'm a couple of grand short every month. So get clear on your discounts. Number 6, leak 6, is unused capacity, rooms that are empty, weekdays that are empty, holidays that are empty, and any equipment that is sitting there unused. So really looking at that capacity, really looking at, am I being efficient as I can? Where is there space? What can I fill up? What is being what is not maximized to the fullest? So when you're looking at this, I want you to get really clear. So we've gone through why your profit matters, understanding your numbers, but making sure you're looking at all your biggest profit leaks. So said, leak 1 is your empty spaces. Write that one down. Leak 1 is your empty spaces. Leak 2 is underpricing. Leak 3 is overstaffing. Leak 4 is poor timetabling. Leak 5 is your discounts. Leak 6 is unused capacity. So just those 6 leaks in itself can absolutely transform your business. I want you to think quality over quantity. So many business owners underestimate the power of a small change. You may think I've tried that before, it doesn't make any difference. But did you do it properly? Did you do it with the right support? Did you implement it in the right way with the right system to do it, rather than just implement it and forget about it? The small tweaks. When I look at so many people's businesses and they're like, I'm really struggling to find an extra, maybe to pay themselves more. I take that as an example. And they're like, I really want to make another grand a month. I really want to make another 7 grand a month, whatever it is. And I'm like, okay, show me your business. And I guarantee in 2-3 minutes, I found it. I'm like, you're not maximizing this because you can't see what you can't see. You're too close to your business. I have mentors. There's a reason why I've had business mentors for the last 20 years in business, and I still do, because I'm too close to my business. Even though I am a business mentor, I have mentors myself because I can't see what I can't see. I'm too close. I'm too personal. I'm too up close to my business. So wherever level you are, that's why that level from where you are now to where you want to be is the difference in that next level support and that next level thinking. And said often it's not a massive big thing. People sometimes say to me, I need a new venue. I need a new program. This isn't working. I'm like, stop. You don't need anything extra. Stop adding more work for yourself. You do not need any extra expenses or any more things to do. Stop. Go back, refine what we've got. Complexity kills your business. Simplicity will scale your business. So one of the biggest things that I learned in the first 5 or 6 years of business is I overcomplicated a model. I had all this lovely and bells and whistles and everything, and there's so many venues everywhere all across London. It was great on the outside. Couldn't manage it. I wasn't going to scale. As I said, I almost with my business took 50 steps back to make 100 forwards because and simplified so much and cut so much stuff that I thought, my God, I've worked so hard to achieve this, but it wasn't going to get us to the next stage. So you're here for a reason. You're watching this, whether on live or I know many will watch this on the recording. I want you really to see what is the difference? What have I said? I want you to put in the chat box, what's one thing that I've said so far that's really resonated with you? That you're like, yes, Katie, that's me. I understand. I'm feeling that too. I understand. I'm in that position too. I'm not doing enough of that, or I don't know that. I know why I'm not moving forwards. What is it for you? Put in the chat box, what is it for you that you feel is the missing piece at the moment? Or what's really been the light bulb moment for you whilst you're listening to this training so far? Fixing leaks. Sounds like we're plumbers. Underpricing. Yep. Julie, that's a big one. I'm seeing that about 5 times in different places. Underpricing, not knowing my finances, but also not knowing your value. Okay. You sometimes don't know what to actually price yourself at. Okay. Under discounting is coming out a lot. Absolutely. We address that a lot in our community. Discounting for sure. Okay. Absolutely. Super valuable. Thank you so much, guys. That really shows me where you're at and the support you need. As I said, you're here for a reason. You're turned up. You're here. You're given this. You're serious about your business. Now I want you to reflect and go, we're halfway through the year. What does the rest of this year look like? What were your goals at the beginning of this year? And where are you now? If you've been following us for a while, you may have seen some of the support that we give to on our masterclasses and what's the next step for you. The biggest next step for you is looking at our silver mentorship. Now, our silver mentorship is a hybrid of group coaching mixed with self-study. In 20 years of growing businesses and being mentored, I know for you to get results, you have to have a hybrid of the two. You can't do it by yourself. Self-study doesn't work just by itself. You'll get a bit of results, but you're not going to get huge amounts of results. You need live coaching each week. So in our silver mentorship, you have a call every Tuesday and Thursday. Tuesday, you have calls with our coaches, our team of coaches within the collective of us all. We have about 80 years of experience in this industry. Thursday is a topic on training. As I said, this year we've covered marketing, we've covered financials, we've covered customer development, we've covered you, the CEO growth. Okay, each month we have a different theme mixed with our self-study training, which is all within our self-study, is all of our core systems, enrollment, marketing, financials. You hear financials coming out a lot is because it's so important. So you have access to our 6 core systems that you need as an entrepreneur in this industry to implement if you want to build a business that can grow without you, so you're not tied to it every second. And it doesn't, I always say, if you go away for like a month, would your business be able to operate without you? And if it doesn't, you brought yourself a job, and that's okay. It's about acknowledging it and making sure you've got things in place. So our silver mentorship is £99 a month. It's literally, I want you to think we've made it insanely high value, but super low cost, because what I said at the beginning, I don't want anyone to not have support because they can't afford it, because you will not move forward in your business if unless you get the support, unless you do something different in your business. So with that, as I said, it's £99 a month. And literally that is valid. It's normally 149. That's valid till Sunday. Now with that, we also have a department called Hire Our Team. Now, Hire Our Team is a department within Gold Medal Business of our VAs who really support you basically to get shit done. Now, I hear all the time people say, but I don't know how to do that. I haven't got the time to do that. I haven't got the knowledge to do that. Well, that's why the VA team are there to support you, to support with that transition. So anyone who signs up in our silver mentorship prior to Sunday night get 10 hours of free support. It's an absolute game changer of experience with our VA team. Okay. So Jory, can you just put the link in our socials and in Zoom of our silver mentorship so everyone can take a look at this? But as I said, this is a real great gateway. It's a gateway that if you want mentorship that isn't highly priced to get you moving and to get the support you need, this is your gateway into Gold Medal Business. If you're watching this and you've got a very established business, I'm going to say maybe you're over like 150,000 a year in your business, this isn't for you. You need to have our one-to-one next level program. So if that is you, I want you to reach out to us individually so we can talk about. In this masterclass, I'm talking only about our silver mentorship and the first step and first level of support for you. So if you've got any questions at all about it, Jory actually put lots of it is very self-explanatory in the information, but you do have my number that Jory has put in the chat box and has put onto our socials. So as I said, if you need any further questions that you don't find answered on the information, please just whiz me a WhatsApp or a text, but WhatsApp's much quicker. And I can then support you further. So I look forward to welcoming you all in our silver mentorship. And as I said, we're very much changing the game for the next 6 months of the year. So it's getting yourself the support you need now to ride out the summer months so you can start September, not on the back foot. What you do now reflects in your business in 3 months' time. If you start in September, you will see the results in December, Jan. If you start now, you will start to see results in September. We hear that a lot. People say, I'm going to wait till this, I'm going to wait till that. And we hear time and time again, people say, wish I'd started earlier. I'll be further forwards now, all the time. So any further questions, just reach out, guys. We're here to support you. We're here to help you learn and nurture you to success. It's been an absolute honor hosting our masterclass today. I said, whether you're watching live, thank you so much for being with me. Whether you're watching recording, so nice of you to be with us. And I look forward to welcoming you all to our silver mentorship and really changing the game for you in your business for the rest of 2026. Have an amazing weekend, guys, and I look forward to working with you soon. Take care. Bye, bye, bye.